There's a look at Pure, the nightclub where we held our pairings party, and inside the poker room, two gentlemen who might frequent that establishment, Gavin Griffin and Tom Dwan, a.k.a. Durr. There are new featured table matchups.
Could have saved us some time.
What else are you supposed to do when you're in your 20s and a millionaire? Go party, right?
Duh.
Durr.
Dwan with king deuce. He calls. Griffin with 6 tray, and he'll check. Dwan pairs his deuce, but Griffin pairs his 6 on the flop. Check, check. King on the turn gives Dwan 2 pair.
Don't expect him to check this time around.
He bets 1650. And Griffin calls.
And the reason Gavin's calling this bet isn't because he thinks sixes are a huge hand here. He just needs to be sure that Tom isn't trying to pick up dead money out there.
King's full for Dwan. Durr bets 3,300.
If Gavin's hand had been good on the turn, it would still be good now. And this is where he has to ask himself if Tom is capable of bluffing the river with a bet of 3,300.
Full house.
Griffin comes up with the wrong answer on this one.
That's all right. Gavin guessed wrong. It's going to cost him 5,500.
We head back over to table 4. Kaplan and Ferguson. Kaplan with a slight chip advantage. And pocket tens.
Button raised to 3,600.
Kaplan raises to 3,600. Ferguson with jack 7.
Blinds are at 6 and 1,200. Almost 5% of the total chips out there in the blinds to start every hand.
Ferguson calls.
7,200 in the pot heading to the flop.
Open-ended straight draw for Ferguson on the flop. Chris moves all in.
Aggressive play here by Ferguson.
I call.
Kaplan calls.
What Chris was trying to do here, Craig, is semi-bluff. He moved all in, trying to win the pot if he was up against a smaller pair or 2 overcards. As it is, he's been called and can still win with a 5, a 10, or a jack. 2 10s, of course, already locked up in Gabe's hand.
9s on the board give Kaplan 2 pair.
Takes away my 10.
Ferguson can no longer hit the 10. He needs a 5 or a jack.
He doesn't get it. The queen on the river means last year's heads-up champion is headed home.
Well done.
So Moses eliminating Jesus. While at table number 1, Elke is all in with flush and straight draws against Collins, king high.
Last time we checked in with this match, Elke had Collins all in. Now the roles are reversed. Collins on the verge of a big upset. Elke needs to pair his deuce or 5 or hit a 3 for a wheel or a heart for a flush.
The 4 doesn't change much.
Elke can hit a 9 to split the pot now. A lot of outs.
Elke hits the flush on the river. Collins was oh so close to advancing, but now very, very short stacked. Meanwhile, back at our featured table, we have an all-in and call situation between Gavin Griffin and Durr. Dwan has the best hand and has Griffin covered.
Gavin started the hand with just under 14,000 in chips with the blinds at 6 and 1,200. He's happy to gamble with Jack 8 suited, having moved all in.
Flop, no real help.
All black cards. Ace high, still good.
Not a good-looking board for Gavin Griffin's hand.
Here's the turn.
Durr's ace 10 in the lead.
Rag on the turn.
Only a jack or an 8.
Griffin down to a jack or an 8. 6 outs to double up and stay alive.
Here's the river.
Another rag on the river means Dwan's ace high holds up, and he will advance to the next round.
Power poker between these two young guns. Tom gets the best of them this time.
Fred Collins is all in for less than the big blind against Elke.
Ace deuce suited, not a bad hand to wake up with, but Elke with pocket 4s here.
King trade jack, not much help for Collins on the flop.
He's going to need running clubs or running cards for a wheel. The 8 of diamonds makes sure that's not a possibility, and Fred now down to just one of 3 aces.
The river doesn't help, so it's Elke moving on.
Give credit to Fred Collins, though, Craig. He really got Elke's heart pumping. 2 hands ago, had him up against the ropes.
So Elke has an auspicious start to his Heads Up Championship debut, moving on to the second round. Among the 7 others joining him from the Spades bracket, Gabe Kaplan, John Juanda, Phil Hellmuth, and Barry Greenstein.
Do what you gotta do, Phil.
How much you have left, Mike?
Count your chips, you'll know.
Here's the river. It's an ace.
You deserve better, buddy.
And it is a 6. Fred Collins makes it straight. And it is a jack.
Nice game. What's up,
He deserves to win this one, boys. Don't worry.
For Ali Najad and Leanne Tweeden, I'm Craig Hummer saying so long from Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, the home of champions. You've been watching the National Heads Up Poker Championship.